everyone. We're going to get things started with the players portion. We're here with Christian Harris. If you guys have any questions, please use the raise hand function and we'll get started. First question, over to John Zener.
Hi, Christian. We all kind of have seen what Najee Harris can do the last few years, but how impressed were you with what you've seen in practice from him, and then whatever you saw from the sidelines of his performance Saturday night?
Najee Harris is, in my eyes, the best running back in college football, most definitely. Especially seeing that, we got to go against him every single day in practice, starting in the summer when we do, 7-on-7s and stuff like that. So, when we get to the games, a lot like with the other guys, because we all work so hard in practice. I mean, you see what they do in the game. It doesn't necessarily surprise you. It's more of just like, wow, like this dude is different. But we've seen how the stuff he does before every day in practice. So I guess we don't have the same reaction as everybody else may have, but yeah, it's pretty crazy, honestly. Like watching it every day, it's amazing.
Ryan Hennessy, go ahead.
Christian, this home game, I'm sure, was marked on the calendar for a while, but with less fans, how important are those fans tonight or Saturday night for you guys to come home with the win?
I think, always having fans at a game is, pretty important, especially, when we're on defense, get a little bit of crowd noise in there, affect the offense a little bit. But, at the same time, like I've said before, it's an opportunity for us to, go out there and compete and show the world what we can do. And, regardless if there's a lot of fans or not a lot of fans, if they're making an impact or not, we have to execute whatever the game plan is that coach gives us. And I think if we do that, we'll be all right.
Michael Casagrande, over to you.
What was the feeling in the meetings yesterday, looking at film, when you see the yardage they put up, the points they scored? What was the general feeling of the defensive room?
Well, we're actually doing that today, so. But, I watched it personally, like, by myself yesterday. And, I feel like, we of course, we got to get better, mainly working on tackling. But, we're on to a new week now. So, we'll just fix all those things that we messed up last game, prepare this week, and fix it on Saturday.
James Ogletree, go ahead.
Yeah, Christian, we know a lot about your relationship with Dylan and how long you've known him, but I was curious about how well you know Chris Allen, how long you've known him, and what your relationship is like with him.
Well, I haven't known Chris as well as I've known Dylan, but Dylan and Chris are like a lot closer than I am with Chris. But we still play in the same little league, and I got the chance to play against Chris in high school, my 9th grade year, and it was pretty crazy. But our relationship really grew stronger once I got on campus because, all the Baton Rouge people kind of, get together. It's kind of crazy seeing a lot of Louisiana people up here. So, but we have a great relationship.
Stephen Smith, you're up.
Christian, in facing an offense that y'all played against last week, like what's the biggest challenge defensively of keeping that eye discipline and staying focused on your job? Like what's the biggest challenge there?
Honestly, I feel like, as long as we focus on executing the plan and making tackles, I think we'll be fine. That's just one thing we, kind of messed up on last week. But, of course, we're going to improve on that and work on that this week even more. So we'll have it all good by Saturday.
Over to Jeff Spiegel.
Yeah, Christian, kind of piggybacking on what Michael was asking a while ago, the feeling after the game, were you mad? Were you embarrassed? And how much of an edge do you think this team will play with Saturday against Georgia because of what happened in Oxford?
As a defense, of course, you never want to see an offense, put up those type of numbers, especially when you prepare all throughout the week. But, like I said, we missed tackles. Of course, that bothers us. They ran on us like crazy. That's something we really harp on, stopping the run. So, of course, we're going to go in with an edge. But, like I said, we're going to go in and fix all that this week and prepare for Saturday.
Mike Rodak, over to you.
Christian, there was some talk after this last game about how it seemed like Ole Miss was always one step ahead and kind of knew what you were calling on defense. When you go into a game, another game in this case, against someone who knows your team really well, how much extra attention do you have to give to disguising what you're doing communication-wise?
I mean, you know, I feel like that's more of a coach question. But at the same time, you know, like I said, whatever the game plan is coach gives us, we just got to make sure we go out there and execute it 100%. You know, full effort, everybody running to the ball. And I mean, I think, like I said, if we do that, we'll be fine.
Unless there are any other questions, we'll finish up with Brett Hudson.
Yeah, Christian, what does this defense need to better respond to tempo? Like when Ole Miss situationally went to super up-tempo situations, what does this defense need to better react to that?
I think one thing that really hurt us this past game was, you know, the fact that, of course, like I keep saying, I mean, missing tackles. You know, if you look back on it, I mean, a lot of the tackles, if we would have made them, they probably would have ended up punting the ball or would have ended up stopping us to drive and, you know, helping us get off the field. But, you know, when you miss tackles, you're letting them create more plays. You stand on the field for a longer time. You know, like it just lasts a lot longer. But like I said, if we focus on making tackles and not missing as many as we did, I mean, we'll get off the field. I mean, we'll be better as a defense.
All right, thank you, Christian. You guys can hang tight while we bring up the next player.